with Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanted to be said. 90 minutes for Phil to fill with so much time to kill. He promised Char that all he does instead is beg and shell. The stream's online and straight away begins to wane, but all is fine as long as Char's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to enjoy, like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran through to feel so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. His support is also slow and stays so low and fails to grow. You never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Most victims across the board we charge the war because the score can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us all feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch it creep, we play bingo while Phil will bitch on why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across our screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals our soul machine. He's not in burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if Andrew fanners chatters can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and slaps his leg before launching into a bike, pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of Clawless Cat and fatty wife and all his strife while forgetting that tits are well and they were right. With drama he will react, but as an actor it's a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. 3 streams nearly over and a win is in sight, with little white despite Phil's delight that tits were not light. We'll say alright, it is okay, and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tits will help from being off the other day, and with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won, and thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for Wednesday, Sunday the 4th of May 2025. May the 4th be with you and all that jazz. And the film makes a random Star Wars reference today, unprompted by his audience, then yes, we get a free space for that, because why the hell not, you know. So yeah, if Phil does his own May the 4th reference out of nowhere, then we get a free space for that. Somebody in his chat, in his kick chat, like a few minutes ago, this is like, you know, 5-6 minutes ago, Melissa Inherits Everything made this comment in Phil's kick chat. My wife gained a ton of weight out of nowhere and was having crazy serious problems last year. Did a ton of tests and found it was a combo for thyroid and ovarian issues. So not only can't we have kids, she's extremely high risk of getting cancer at any time. Phil responded by banning Melissa Inherits Everything. And then like a comment saying like they're not coming back or whatever. You know, like, you fast forward a few minutes or whatever, it turns into like a band, you know, like those two aren't coming back, good riddance. So them as well, someone else got leaned by Phil this morning, you know, whether it was DJ Trump, whether it was Drunk Text, but Melissa Inherits Everything was banned by Phil for talking about, I don't know, it's weird for Phil to kind of pick on that as being ban-worthy. You know, it's a very strange, it's a bit sus from Phil to kind of identify that as a bannable message. Or maybe maybe he thinks it's too close to somebody trying to troll him because of what he told Kino about. Remember, Phil misled Triple P about his own wife's issues, the cancer scare. Like, he used Kat as a tool towards the Kino guys for sympathy, for pity, to try and get her doing things. One can only fucking, you know, wonder. But yeah, maybe Phil fucking thought it was a stab at him, so he just kind of thought, okay, I'm banning this person now. As you can see, let's just sit here. Oh, the fake me is here, of course, ban that please, and Phil's like, got him. It also says you're only 2 weeks old, lol. And Clyde Bax is like, yes, I deleted my old account, took a break from watching streamers, but back now. Jesus Christ, how's Phil going to know that's true? This could be a for fuck's sake, it's unbelievable. Jesus Christ, never change. I was going to say the other day there, you've got to wonder. So Phil, whenever Phil gets a massive member bomb, right, he immediately assumes it's a fake one because usually it's a name he doesn't recognise, right? When Phil gets a massive member bomb, he automatically is under the assumption it's a fake one because it's such a big large member bomb, and who's going to be that generous towards me. At the same time though, you get a random unknown names showing up out of nowhere, names no one's ever heard of before, ever seen before, giving Phil hundreds of dollars like it happened yesterday. Phil Burnell Phil hit 3 or 4 goals yesterday. You know, he's a very happy chappy indeed, Phil Burnell, because the welfare checks came in from his fucking audience or whatever, and fucking money was he hit 3 or 4 goals. He was a very happy chappy indeed. And so, but a lot of the money was coming from people who nobody had ever heard from in their entire fucking lives, and yet Phil didn't question the legitimacy of those contributions. You know, he didn't wonder, is this a fake? He didn't wonder, nothing. He immediately seemed to know and understand this is a genuine, true, real contribution. No matter how ridiculous it seems that somebody we've never heard of is giving us money. So of course I got to imply one thing, and that of course is either the contributions are fake or they were pre-arranged, with Phil being told in advance, don't worry about this because I'm going to hook you up. As some OIC antics or shenanigans, who fucking knows. But yeah, Phil had a good day yesterday, as you can tell. Yeah, I think he hit 3 or 4 goals. I'm not entirely sure if he hit 3 or 4 goals, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, a couple of interesting tweets to show off before we do anything else here. DoorDash, so the real Dash Fire, showed off Kick's partnership details that DSP gets paid based on as well. So yeah, you get to earn on every individual stream you want to count towards a program. Payments are all automated. You can see your revenue generated on your creator dashboard as soon as your stream ends. How does the Kick Partner Program work? Now the Kick Partner Program for your channel has been enabled, every time you go live on Kick, your stream by default will be counted towards Kick Partner Program. This will ensure that your stream is counted towards a program and you'll be eligible to generate revenue. Your revenue would depend on multiple factors like your viewership, content hygiene, streaming frequency, unique chatters, new user acquisition, retention rates, and more. What are the rules? First and foremost, you should abide by Kick's TLS, community program, blah, use your kind of fucking shit anyway. Content hygiene. Kick cares about fucking content hygiene. Apparently Phil just posted something ridiculous on his Kick chat. Hold on. What did Phil just post on his Kick chat, which is ridiculous? I weigh 190 pounds. I dance circles around him until I gassed. Who? So Money Creature asked Phil, would you beat Wings of Redemption in a boxing match? And Phil's response was, I weigh 190 pounds, I dance circles around him until he gasped, lol. I mean, here's what I think, okay? I think Phil would beat Boogie in a boxing fight, but I don't think Phil would beat Wings. I genuinely think that Phil would have a better chance of beating Boogie, because I think Boogie is just too much of a fucking coward when it comes to like physical confrontation. If anyone saw that, fucking fight between Boogie and Wings was the only one that was doing all the fucking aggressive fighting. You know what I mean? Boogie was just fucking terrified. Boogie had more of fucking, Boogie's main, opponent was essentially his shorts not falling down. It was just embarrassing for him. Wings was the one that had the most offensive. However, Wings didn't seem to mind. Like, if you're going to go into a boxing fight, you've got to accept the fact you're going to get hit. Boogie didn't seem to be able to fucking comprehend that, and he was terrified of fucking trying to push forward, And so, yeah, it was just a one-way fucking contest, So I think Wings would probably have too much for Phil in terms of like just the aggression or whatever. I think Phil would have a similar sort of mindset that Boogie would have, that he would be afraid of getting hit. But if it was Boogie and Phil fighting, then I think Phil would probably have the edge. Barely. So yeah, that's what I think about that situation. Jesus, man. And yeah, Sonic says, don't forget what happened on Local Live near the end of March of Wings. I mean, that was Boogie. Wasn't it Boogie? They had a fucking random mini rampage. I think, and no, it was Wings. It was Wings, wasn't it? Wings got in fucking Keem's face, not shit, didn't he? Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, Wings went fucking a bit mental, didn't he? But yeah, if that ever fucking happened, of course, Wings would destroy Phil, I think. Yeah, Wings and Keem and Wings. So it was Wings and his wife and Wings and Wing. Yeah, that sort of shit. Yeah, that wasn't fucking very. That was uncomfortable as shit to fucking see. Yeah, that wasn't very good at all. You know what I mean? So nah, I just wasn't a fan of that at all. Anyway, let's move on from this. So that being said, I shared a couple of old fucking funny tweets from Phil back in the day. Phil said, at this point, I'm open to suggestions on alternative revenue streams to keep this going. He said this back in February 2017, by the way. Selling shirts? I don't know, but something has to work. And somebody called Arthur Perry on Twitter told him, I've been a fan for a long time. I still watch your vids every day for a few hours. This asking for help needs to end. And of course the fucking perfect response, and will money magically fall from the sky? Welcome to adult life. If YouTube keeps screwing me, we need to find solutions together. We need to find solutions together. That was a classic, you know, blast in the past. And speaking of which, here's another one as well. The bankruptcy that revealed tens of thousands in credit card debt determined that was a lie. What was it all like? You need to stop blaming YouTube for your mistakes. They didn't tell you to move across the country and buy expensive cars. And Phil's response to that, of course, was saying, I could afford all of that when I did it. What you're saying makes no logical sense. And exactly as that being said, perfectly point out, Phil paid for all that, not because he could afford it, but because he had credit cards to fucking pay it off with. Like, he wasn't using his money, he was using borrowed money to afford that move. But here he is pretending in February 2017 that it was his money they had saved. No, no, no. That shit all went to credit cards. And then it all accrued more and more and more and more. Honest to God, like, if credit card debt is one of the worst fucking debts you can get into. Especially if you don't fucking pay it off. Like, I mean, real talk for a fucking second, credit cards are a good thing to have sometimes as long as you fucking stay on top of that shit and manage it and don't fucking fall behind on fucking payments. And there's some credit cards as well have some sort of fucking agreement in place where it's like, you know, 20, maybe 12 months at this percent, a certain interest rate or whatever, or that kind of thing, you know what I mean? But if you fucking end up having a full fucking, the full debt to pay off on your credit card, and the agreement and shit fucking expires and you're fucking paying the full whack, that shit is just awful to fucking try and get out of, you know? Like, and that's Phil's experience, you know, if Phil's experience fucking doesn't fucking testify to that, you know? It's just crazy. See, loans aren't as bad as credit card debt in my opinion. Because obviously with loans, you're paying, right from the get-go with a loan, you're paying a set agreed sum. And yes, you're paying more over time. But so, I mean, obviously loans and credit cards, if you get into fucking trouble with both of them, of course, are a bad fucking thing. But in my opinion, loans are more manageable to get out of than credit cards, because you're paying the same thing every month, if that makes sense. And also, you can always pay off a loan early as well, if you're able to, you know. Oh, one of his dents, Star Wars them, so you'll be prompted. No free space then for Star Wars. Phil's already been told it's Star Wars, so that, yeah, Phil's already aware it's fucking May the 4th, not a shit, and May the 4th be with you, not a shit. So there you go. Nerdbrew made this as well on Twitter, and I thought this is great. This fucking look at this shit. The bobblehead fucking Phil. This looks too good. It looks too good. Oh god almighty, I thought that was fucking good. I like that. So yeah, there we go. Oh, Phil streams live. Fucking annoyed for that. What's he saying? Look at this shit. I've got some Star Wars stuff on his show today. Oh fuck me. Oh, fucking annoyed for that. Anyway. How about we watch a couple of videos? We'll wait for Phil to go properly live and online. So first of all, okay, this one first. So this is from yesterday, okay? Basically, this is Snort Burnell's compilation. We can probably skip actually the first, you know, cause I don't know if I can go through the fucking Polygon shit again. That was cringe as all fuck. We could potentially skip that because obviously it again goes on to like gameplay or whatever. I don't know, you know, it's just the whole, where did it end off? Here we go. I think we can go from here.
Oh my god!
Please consider supporting the stream in some way. At this point, not only have we hit a support goal, but we exceeded it, and we are almost to a second goal. So with about 90 minutes left on stream, obviously, we want to take advantage of this, and don't let this slip through our fingers.
So a reminder again that every time, so remember it tells us fucking audience, I just want to hit one, you know, if I hit 150, I don't need to bring it up again, I don't need to mention it again. Phil tells his audience on the podcast usually, it's not a podcast I know, he tells his audience all the time, if I hit the goal on the podcast before we start gameplay, it's great, I can just chill and relax, I don't need to worry about it. But he spends the eternity, the rest of the entire stream, trying to hit a second goal, and the second goal, then trying to hit the third goal. It never ends, and he's constantly fucking moving the goalposts over and over and over again. It's absolutely fucking crazy, you know. But aye, it's just fucking insanity.
When we're only around $50 from hitting a second goal, which would get us all the more closer to our marathon this week of Viewer's Choice, okay? So, if you haven't contributed yet, please consider. We're at 245. We're 55 away. That would be 11 subs right now would get us there. That would be, you know, a tip or maybe a couple super chats. That would be some members. Let's do it. Let's hit that goal today, shall we? So, please.
I love how he was kind of prepared to try and do some math to work out how many. And he's like, fuck it. I was like, oh, I'd be 11 subs on Kick. And he's like, well, fuck it. Just give me fucking money.
If you have not yet, consider contributing to the stream. It would be greatly appreciated if we hit that second goal today and get to 44. And then only 6 to go for the marathon. Remember, we can do the marathon whenever we want this week. It could be as early as possible. Whenever we want to do it, as soon as we hit those goals.
Oh, yeah, so you're asking what that he got a haircut. Yeah, somebody got a haircut, you know, as you can tell. And, yeah, it doesn't look great, does it?
Go back to Supercuts and get your $5 back, jabroni! Oh, no!
Whole week schedule open. We don't have anything on any particular day that has to happen. Okay? All right, let me just stretch my legs for a sec here.
By the way, give me more money.
If the fourth guy doesn't come in here, what do I do? He's supposed to be right here, but he didn't show up because he's a moron. Well, let's do a save and see if I can, if I can, like, quit out and reload it. Maybe he'll show up. Because right now he's bugged and he's not coming in here. Obviously, I can't make him walk in here. He's supposed to come in here for himself. He's an idiot. See? Like, there's nothing I can do about this. Sucks. Hopefully this fixes it. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. If he doesn't come in here, is there a fix for this?
Who fucking cares?
They really didn't fix any of the original bugs at all. They really didn't. What? It's not running. I closed it. It is. It's basically exactly the same game, just with better graphics. That's not like the only thing they improved. The graphics. Everything else seems the same, buggy as shit. So just expect if they do this with Fallout 3, it's going to be exactly the same. It's going to look better, but have all the same bugs and glitches and problems. Yeah, look, I'm fucked. The dude is stuck. He won't come over here. I found the shrine. The entrance is blocked by some kind of enchantment. I'll have to find some way to dispel the enchantment. Except there shouldn't be. I already did it. This is stupid. I didn't miss anything. I freed all 4 of them. All you need to do is free all 4 of them, and they're all supposed to come here. And they're supposed to activate the thing, and it's not. This guy is glitched, and he's stuck back here not doing it. He's a moron.
I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct.
Jack of Knives just gifted 10 subs on Kick. Jack.
Man, there's an interesting, I'll say, start right now. An account created on May the 3rd, 2025, which, by the way, was yesterday, which is when the stream happened. The account was made that day. And on that day the account was created, they gifted Phil 21 new subs on Kick. So a name that nobody's ever heard of, and an account no one's ever seen before because it's a brand new account, they decided just to give Phil Burnell, you know, like over $100 just because why not? Nothing sus with that whatsoever. Nothing strange or dodgy whatsoever about that, is there?
Jack of Knives, thank you for all of the support today, man. This is amazing. This is outstanding.
I've never run into this thing before. What is it, a money creature? Yeah, look. It's a money creature. It just throws money around. What the hell was that?
Onward. Onward. Guys, we've got about 45 minutes left on today's Oblivion Remastered stream. I hope you've enjoyed the progress as we continue on here with the main story questing. If you are enjoying, please consider supporting the playthrough. We already hit 2 goals on the stream, which is absolutely amazing.
So he's set on $300, which is more than what he usually gets on one particular stream, usually anyway. And he just can't help himself. It's like, guys, there's still time for you to give me even more money. So these false promises of fucking telling his audience that he's not going to fucking beg if he gets his 1 goal hit is a complete and utter lie. And of course it's a lie because Phil Burnell is the architect of his own fucking downfall, and he's the one that fucking proves his own bullshit narrative to be bullshit, because here he is right now begging like fucking crazy even though he's been given 300 fucking buckaroos.
Really outstanding, and I appreciate it. We could hit a 3rd goal. We do have 45 minutes. If anyone wants to contribute, get us to 450 of support, we could do it.
So, if you can make it tonight, please come on by. 6:45 p.m. for 2+ hours of multiplayer fun in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Okay, I don't even know what's going on in the game. I don't know what the event is, what the challenges are. We'll see together. Tomorrow, it's time for more Clear Obscure Expedition 33 on the daytime stream and more Minecraft Java Edition chill fun on the late shift. Okay. Monday, we're actually going to be doing a daytime stream of Blueprints.
Who fucking
So for those of
cares?
you who liked Blueprints but were upset that I made it a night stream, it'll be a day stream again on
And
Monday.
he's only doing that because one fucking whale asked him to fucking move it back to the fucking day stream. Ian S., who has been a frequent large contributor to Phil over the last like month or so, has asked Phil, hey,
She's a big fucking bitch.
so because of one whale saying in his comments, well, I support, but it's a night stream game now, not a day stream game, he's moving it back to the day streams. Thank you very much to Anders Black for a super chat who says, won't support any playthrough. I'd give a bit to Bingo Fundo. TMDW. What does that mean again? TMDWU. I feel like I should know what that means. I feel like I should know what that means, but it's gone up my fucking head. TMDWU. What the fuck does that mean? Shit. I'm embarrassed because I should know what that means and I fucking can't mind what it means. Shit. Damn it, what does that mean? Anders, can you type in chat, please, what TMDWU means so I don't feel so stupid anymore? Please. Oh my god. But thank you for the super chat, Anders Black. I do appreciate it. Yeah. Very kind indeed. God, I wish I knew. I mean, it feels like I should know what that fucking means. Oh, that's most definitely what's up. It's a King Cobra. Oh, for God's sake. No wonder I didn't fucking understand it then. I'll tell you who fucking got it though. I'll tell you, Codeine Crusader knew what he fucking meant. They responded saying King Cobra's a secretary. They fucking knew what was up. And in Pixar as well. Fucking big ups to Pixar, of course. They fucking knew it was up as well. As we can see, Phil Bonnell's actually about to go online, so fucking hooray for that. We'll put his arse on pause. We'll enjoy the rest of these kind of videos. We've still got a few more minutes, so this one's come to an end of this video. But we have an old school Google rant as well from 2017 to enjoy too, before we start it with a fucking bingo. So, yeah. But we'll just kind of wait for Phil's stream to kind of go live. We'll put him on pause and all that jazz. And, you know, all that, you know, all the usual kind of stuff. And any more fresh bands in Kick? Out of curiosity. Yep, he said a few more before he went live. A few more fresh bands have been added. We'll go over the list when we put them on pause. I mean, I can just fucking put them on pause now. What am I fucking talking about? We'll just fucking put them on pause now. So here's the latest bands. Okay, let's fucking zoom into this shit and see what we've got fucking going for us here. Positive Content 2 Fat Cat, banned by Phil. Haircut by Stevie Wonder, banned by Phil. Be the Better Snake Real was banned by Phil. Leaked DMW photo Burry Piggy, banned by DSP. 7 years into 10-year plan, banned by DSP. My course earlier on, Pot of Avarice, DJ Trump Real, Melissa Inherits Everything, Drunk Text and Ultimatums. All banned today as well. Oh, there we go. If leaning and ban is on the bingo card, we can tick that off straight away. So fucking, at least that's something we can fucking do. But I'll just kind of make sure this intro, we'll just kind of play it a bit longer. And then we'll just fucking put it on pause right about fucking here. Fantastic. Quality's going to 1080p. And playback speed will be 1.5. And then we'll just build up some good old speed up just while we enjoy the rest of his compilation.
Monday, and I cannot wait because we're going to make massive progress. We have so much unlocked now to do that I cannot wait to play.
Oh my dog, what's up?
And thank you very much to Toilet Meter Corp for the super chat. It says, got the spoons ready as Phil gets carpool. Oh no. Fuck me, man. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, Steve says, are those today? Yep, those were today. Those were today, Steve. These are like, you know, minutes ago. Like literal minutes ago. So everything in here is today. You know, as in, you know, the last 30 minutes or so, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you know. And also, because he's a UK time zone, so, you know, it's after 7, it's half 7 for me in the evening for me, but also it's 11 AM for Phil, you know, so these timestamps are in UK because I'm in UK, so yeah, these are all right now. Excellent stuff indeed. Phil says, she's not by banning a whole bunch of fucking people. I'm still amazed why he banned this person. Melissa Inherits Everything got banned because they shared something about, like, their wife gaining a lot of weight in a short period of time and had issues with her thyroid and ovarian and stuff. And it's like, and Phil's like, I'm going to ban this person because it's too close to home. It's such a weird thing to ban somebody over. And then when Phil was, like, questioned about it, you know what I mean? Like, because he was like, oh, it's like, well, screenshot here from Cameron Dutchman, you know? And he thought people could see the bans. Oh, you can't see when I ban people? I thought you could. And then... So Phil thought everyone could see it. No, we can't see shit, Phil, you know. We don't see the fucking bans. Although we do see when they get banned, we see that. It gets added to the fucking list. But we don't see it in the chat at the time of the fucking chat, you know, so that doesn't fucking happen. And yeah, Cameron Dutchman's response was, they were Osha. In case you're wondering who Cameron Dutchman was Osha. Osha approved 3 for DSP. I don't think you were banned though. Somehow you seem to avoid a ban. How do you avoid a ban? Oh. How did you do that? I don't know how it's like, I guess Phil wasn't paying attention to what you were fucking saying then, but there you go. Anyway, let's get back to the... So, we'll get back to the recompilation, shall we?
Play it again. And Monday night is going to be an indie game. We don't even know what we're doing yet. It could be Bottle. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it.
I've always got to fucking play that. I know. I know the video's technically over, you know, but still, you've always got to enjoy it. It's just that's like the most robust outro possible, you know. Good stuff indeed. Anyway. In the spirit of going back in time, reblasting the past, obviously that being said, I've really been enjoying a little deep dive currently, going back and looking at, you know, older film content, and DSP Raw, the DSP Raw channel, fucking love doing that as well, and they uploaded the other day DSP's Google rant from 2017. So remember, this is 2017. This is 8 years ago, 2017, when Phil was ranting and raving about Google. So let's see what Phil Burnell had to say about Google back in 2017.
I am dipshit Phil.
Like this video and subscribe.
I love the fucking YouTube defense force that comes out to try to defend Google and YouTube. Oh, well, they can't possibly hire enough humans now to handle the capacity of the website. So, and? What's your point? That's their fault. This would be like this. Let me give you some perspective. Remember Bomb?
My biggest fans are idiots.
Thank you very much to Anders Pack for gifting 5 members to the channel, which is a free space. And so, yeah, we're very keen of these. We start off the bingo with free space straight away because of that. So thank you, Anders, for gifting 5 members. And congratulations to the following people for getting membership. Congratulations to Push Start, X Machinima Gamma, Sneed Feed, Joe Dub, and Justin Norris. So you just got membership there. Make sure you thank Anders Pack for giving you one, and thank you, of course, Anders Pack for giving us a free space to the bingo board before we even begin bingo. Yeah, Phil's logic immediately straight away. I mean, it's so bizarre. He is blaming YouTube for being successful. I'm going to hear more of this fucking bizarre fucking narrative.
Now to handle the capacity of the website. So, and? What's your point? That's their fault. This would be like this. Let me give you some perspective, because I'm so tired. I wish this guy would shut the fuck up. In fact, you know what? He can shut the fuck up for a second. I gotta say this because I'm so tired of people trying to defend them when they're completely fucking inept at business, alright? Any other business on the planet, if they did what Google and YouTube did with YouTube, would be lambasted, would be laughed, would be the laughing stock of the world. But because it's Google, they get a pass. When you open up a fucking restaurant, okay?
Of course, Phil fucking uses a food analogy because Phil Burnell, if you didn't realise, was an expert on restaurant and running restaurants. Like, why does Phil always go to like the fucking restaurant analogy? Okay, it's because he fucking loves food and stuffing his face full of fucking food, I know. But Phil Burnell, as far as I'm aware, has zero experience running a fucking restaurant. And as far as I'm aware, his family have no experience fucking running any restaurant either. So Phil Burnell to pretend to understand how he knows what it's like to run a restaurant is bizarre. Phil's expertise on how a restaurant is run is probably based loosely off of Kitchen Nightmares by Gordon Ramsay.
I opened up a restaurant. Oh, but I only hired a skeleton fucking crew of people who don't know much about anything. They don't know anything about health code or laws. They don't know anything about, you know, how to properly make the food and make sure that it's safe for the people who come to my restaurant and eat it. We don't do any of that due diligence whatsoever. We just open the restaurant and the restaurant becomes incredibly popular, okay? Now, after the fact, because the restaurant's incredibly popular, we find out that all these things are fucked up. They're not adhering to health codes. They're not doing all that. Do we just give the restaurant a pass because they say, oh, because they're incredibly popular and they have such high amount of people and customers coming in, we couldn't possibly expect them to hire enough staff and enough health code people knowledgeable about the situation to come in and actually run the site legally? We can't expect that from them. No, the restaurant would be closed. But YouTube comes in, oh, we're gonna have a website that just unlimited hosts whatever kind of content anyone uploads to it. No checks and balances, no legality to it, no proper copyright checks or system.
Well, if it done that for your content, it means your content would take ages to fucking get verified and processed and approved, because, and look at that content Phil fucking spews on the fucking platform daily. You know, so the current way YouTube, in this point in time, YouTube working this way was good for him because it might as well to fucking make money on that content as fast as possible. And Phil had tons of that content to fucking throw on the internet. It's, you know, even today he still does, you know what I mean? But back then, Jesus Christ, man. Diablo or Darkness said something earlier on here. A funny thing about this, he was asked by one of his viewers yesterday if he played a Flash game, and Diablo was laughing so hard by how Phil was confused by that. So Phil was confused by what a Flash game was. Like, everyone knows what fucking Flash games are though, don't they? If you fucking grew up in the fucking 90s and mid-90s, late 90s, early 2000s, you knew exactly what a fucking Flash game was. Phil, I guess Phil was too busy fucking playing fucking Street Fighter 2 to fucking immerse himself in that. I don't know. Jesus Christ, man. How do you not know what a fucking Flash game is if you're fucking, you know, if you grew up then in the same sort of fucking era? There's no way he doesn't fucking know what a fucking Flash game is.
Just the wild west of the internet. Everyone just come and upload whatever the fuck you want. Years later, oh my god, now it's hyper popular, and now there's no way we could possibly have enough staff to check the amount of videos that come in on a daily basis, so just give them a pass. No! Any other business would be shut down and say, get your shit straight, because you're violating tons of laws, you're doing it wrong, and therefore you need to hire enough intelligent staff and people to run your business properly. We're not going to just give you a fucking pass. For some reason, Google and YouTube get a pass, but any other business that does stuff wrong, they all get fucking violations and fucking fees and shit up the ass, but not Google. I just don't understand that. So it's probably honestly because Google is in the pockets of the politicians. They probably lobby and shit, and they pay our fucking senators and shit for their campaigns or whatever, so they get the pass. They don't get analyzed for having, you know, everything fucked up about their business and all that shit. Pretty stupid. Pretty fucking stupid. Alright. So enough about giving them a fucking pass. I'm so tired of that shit. Yeah, if you have no business sense in your fucking head, oh, they couldn't possibly hire enough staff to review all those videos. That's not my problem. That's their problem. They created a business with no regulation and no adherence to laws whatsoever. They created the monster. They now need to stop the monster and or fix the monster. You can't just give them a pass. Oh well, they irresponsibly opened a business and became popular. They don't have to adhere to laws. No, fuck that. They do. And if it means they have to shut down the fucking business for 6 months, hire enough fucking people to actually run the business, then so be it. Of course, what would happen is they would go out of business if they were closed for 6 months.
As would you. At this point in time, Phil was still on Twitch, so YouTube was just basically somewhere to fucking upload his videos for posterity. You know, YouTube wasn't very important to him at this point in time because Phil was on Twitch at the time. He didn't really give a shit. You can probably tell, but Phil didn't give a shit about YouTube at this point in time. Maybe for life, how you doing, pal? It says, hate to be a bother, but send me good vibes tomorrow. Getting the labs done to see where your kidney functions at. Jesus Christ, well, good luck, Maybe for life, you know. I mean, hopefully I fucking get some good results in that, you know. So fingers crossed for you, definitely, for sure. That's I mean, fuck me, just try and, I'll say, best place to also be to check that, of course, is going to be the hospital, whatever. Just try and stay calm about the situation. You know, deal with it however you need to deal with it, obviously, but fingers crossed, get some good results back, you know. But aye, that's just try your best to stay calm, also. It's too easy to, also, it's hard to get, it's hard to control, it's hard, what's the phrase I'm looking for here? I've got a kind of mantra when it comes to sort of things like this, you know what I mean? Where it's it's kind of pointless to get too worked up over things that are kind of out of your control. And between obviously now and tomorrow, you know, it's you won't be able to do much about what happens with the results, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So, my mentality for that would be just to try and obviously do your best to kind of keep a calm head, get results, and hopefully the results are good. You know, so fingers crossed for you. And apparently, so yeah, all the best anyway for life. You know, tomorrow for sure. Can Dutchman is causing a riot in Phil's kick chat apparently, and the riot is spiraling out of control. Jeez, I can't wait to fucking see this. It's gonna be fucking me, man. You're stirring up trouble. Not like you, we're stirring up trouble, Campbell Dutchman. Not like you whatsoever. Natharon says Phil talks a bunch of crap about YouTube, but doesn't have the balls to delete his YouTube channel and go somewhere else. Well, he can't anymore for sure. Like back in 2017, obviously Phil was on Twitch, and Phil was making very good money on Twitch. You know. Like he was all in on Twitch essentially, you know what I mean? And YouTube was basically just some sort of fucking repository for his fucking videos to go afterwards, you know? Well, you want to watch it on demand afterwards, on you go, you know, just but I didn't really care about YouTube. YouTube was basically an archive as it was, you know? So that was that. But also these days, would Phil say the same thing these days? To a certain extent. Phil still is quite critical about YouTube and certainly about the copyright stuff as well. But if YouTube shut down for 6 months to try and implement proper management of the website to make sure every single video was like copyright checked properly, and it wasn't just, you know, left to AI to check it for you, Phil would go out of business himself. Phil relies so heavily on YouTube these days compared to back in 2017. What's Phil's alternative? Go on and fucking Kick and hope that fucking Kick steps up and gets busier? I don't know. If Phil only streamed on Kick, it's something I'm surprised that Phil hasn't experimented it no more. If Phil actually experimented for like a week or a month to only stream on Kick to see how much the numbers could improve potentially, he could potentially have a go at doing that to see if it's beneficial for him in the long term. You know? Because if you have no choice but to go to Kick for his content, then feasibly the numbers will get bigger. I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to fucking pop off and become. He's not going to get fucking that being said sort of fucking numbers. You know, they get fucking 1,700 easily. You know, but I mean, he might get a few hundred on Kick compared to the fucking 50 odd, 60 odd, 70 odd he gets on Kick, which would be a big massive improvement for him because obviously he gets paid per viewer, per unique viewer on Kick as well, and new viewers. But nah, I don't think Phil's brave enough to attempt that sort of fucking experiment.
Alright, here come the trolls.
Because you're the rant with Google. Here come the
trolls.
So I wonder why the trolls are came out in force after Phil's bizarre rant about Google. Here come the trolls. Fuck off, you fucking dick. Anyway. It is time for some bingo. Oh, so of course to play some bingo, we need a bingo number to play for some bingo today. So the first number, just the very first number in chat. Very first number, don't care who or what, but the very first number in chat I see will be the number we use for today's bingo card. No pressure, but make it a fucking good one. The very first number in chat I saw was from Agent 00 Soul, who said 8. Theirs was the first number, it definitely showed up for me, so here we go. This is today's bingo card we have for today's show. We need Phil to say and do the following. We need Phil to say community, momentum, king, him being on defense mode, and him having some scat talk. The second draw is Phil saying new games, idiot, him randomly applauding, him smacking his lips, and him discussing politics in some capacity. The third draw is Phil saying interactive, actually, marathon, people saying, and him touching his eye. The fourth row is Phil discussing drama in some capacity, him saying update, members, him being all clown mode, and him saying good news. The fifth and final row is Phil saying you guys, meaningful, positive, and finally, content. So there we go, that is today's bingo card we have for today's show. Thank you very much, Agent 00 Soul, for helping us pick the bingo card. If it feels low, we're definitely blaming you, and we're getting all sorts of things to throw at you in your general direction. So yeah. Bingo card has been picked. It's a strong looking card. I think it's a good card. I am quite confident in this bingo card doing quite well for us. And don't forget guys, we have one free space immediately because of Anders Pack gifting 5 members earlier on to the bingo stream. So there we go. Now of course, there's a variety of ways for us to get free spaces to help us on our way to a full house on this bingo card. For example, if Phil burps, sips or snorts 10 times before he starts recording for his shitey gameplay, that gives us all a free space. If Phil begs for 6 minutes and 40 seconds, that also gives us a free space. For every 5 new or rejoining members we have to the bingo streams, that also gives us a free space. And finally, in my opinion, the best way for us to get free spaces on the bingo board, if we get 50 likes on the stream before we finish playing bingo, that gives us 1 free space. If we have 75 likes on the bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, that gives us 2 free spaces. And finally, if we have 100 likes on the bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, not only do we get free spaces, but you also get to enjoy the Bowls animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations to celebrate the 100 likes on stream. And of course, if Phil mentions Jade as well, we also get a free space, which is indicated by this fucking noise.
Squeak, squeak, a free space.
Oh, we need Phil to fucking reference Jade and say hi to Jade. If Phil says hi to Jade, we get the free space. And Jade's not always there. If Jade's there and Phil says hi to Jade, we get that fucking free space. It happened yesterday. We got it yesterday, so I might get it today as well. It's good stuff indeed. See, you guys are in full control. Some ways can get free spaces. The rest of the ways are controlled by Phil and his bizarre body functions, as well as him begging like a little bitch that he is. And as also as well as him saying hi to fucking Jade. Apparently, Phil's kick chat is just fucking still in full on riot mode. I love how I've got this on pause, and the top fucking kick comment is from Campbell. So Campbell Dutchman is Osher. In case you're wondering who Campbell Dutchman is in Phil's kick chat, is Osher. And it looks like they have triggered some sort of absolute riot in Phil's kick chat. Well, Phil's kick chat is always full of, you know, people just say up to no good and causing shenanigans and all that jazz. There we go. Good stuff indeed. Also, so if we win bingo today, of course, we get a full house on a bingo card. It adds $10 more to that bingo prize fund. The bingo prize fund, as you can see, is below the bingo board, and currently it's at 20 buckaroos. But of course, it's the start of the month. As the month goes on, we're going to try and build up bingo prize fund more and more and more. And how do we do that? Well, if we win today, it adds $10 more to the bingo prize fund. Every single Friday, we have 3 separate challenge and marble courses we try and complete. 99% elimination fails, however, and for every challenge and marble course we try and complete on that Friday, it adds $10 more to the bingo prize when we complete them. So the more marbles we have, the better our chances are of completing these very challenge and marble courses and getting some more bingo prize fund money added. As well as that, of course, a quarter of the money I make on YouTube every single month goes towards that bingo prize fund. So the better support I get and things like super chats and memberships, the more money can go towards that bingo prize fund. And of course, the last way is tips. 100% of tips I get, no matter how big or small tips are, it all goes towards that bingo prize fund as well. So there we go. That's how the bingo prize fund is made up, and hopefully we can get a nice big bingo prize fund built up for the month of May. And if you guys want a chance of winning half for that bingo prize fund, then listen to what the bad man has to say.
Well, hello everyone, Phil Burnell here, letting you know about King Jad's Bingo and Marbles gameplay on YouTube. Now, you need to leave a post in the community tab to enter, and that's it. A lucky winner will be picked by playing Marbles at the end of the month. It is just that easy. Any mouth-drooling idiot can do it.
Thank you, Phil, you cross-eyed, bug-eyed piece of shit, for explaining that so perfectly for the audience. So there's only one thing left for me to do, and that's just to press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle once more. I forgot to add Mookie's new soundbite. I'll do that for next time, as long as I remember. I'll try and remember to add Mookie's new soundbite for next time. You know, time. I haven't added that yet. My bad. But who knows? We got like a 2 in like 20 chance of hearing Mookie if I press this button.
I mean, it's terrible. All these hands are all over the place. You're like a sweaty octopus trying to unhook a bra.
Well, that sure ain't shit. Is that? I was definitely not Mookie. That was not Mookie. But we'll try again tomorrow. But yeah, guys, good luck on the bingo, guys. It's time to go. So remember, I've got 1 free space straight away, 24 to go. Here we fucking go.
Good morning, everyone. May the 4th be with you. That's right. Today is May 4th, 2025.
And we can't include it as a fucking free space because Phil was warned by his fucking chat about this being a fucking thing. Phil, yeah, Phil just not... I think... Do you think Phil doesn't button his shirts anymore because he gets made fun of all the time for it? Is this another shirt which is... I wonder if this is another shirt which was mismanufactured. Because apparently that was the excuse why he doesn't button the last one.
Star Wars Day. and we're really not doing anything Star Wars related during the course of our actual content today. So rather than that, I decided let's have some Star Wars festivities here on the Level 1 podcast, including a live lightsaber battle behind me and some Star Wars text. But on today's show, we have one big thing on our plate, one big thing that we need to get done on the agenda. We need to determine what games you will be voting for this week's Viewers' Choice Marathon event. We had such a great, well-supported day yesterday that we are on track to do this event within the next few days, and that means we got to figure out what are we playing. So, on today's show, we'll be going through all of your nominations, looking for the most nominated games, and creating a poll and or series of polls, which you'll be voting on in the next day or two to figure out and solidify the lineup for that marathon. So, it's going to be a great show. Sit back and relax. It's time for a Force-powered episode of the Level 1 podcast.
What a suck. That doesn't sound fucking good whatsoever. I'll just skip past the shite intro. What a boring show we got up ahead. Natorona's bragging here about the Star Wars setup. My Star Wars LED setup in the living room looks 1,000% better than whatever's going on behind him. What do you expect from Phil? No effort, no effort. Or anything, he doesn't care. He just fucking just does it. You know? He has nothing planned for it, so be able to do something special for it. You know? I mean, why would Phil even try? He's gonna pretend to care, but really he doesn't. He just wants people to fucking care for him by giving them money for Star Wars Day.
Shut up, bitch!
What's up, everyone?
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
That was stupid. Welcome to the show. Today is Sunday, the 4th of May, 2025. I'm Darkside Phil.
I'm counting that as clown mode, by the way. Him being fucking dumb. Yeah, that's clown mode right away.
Interestingly enough, my name has nothing to do with Star Wars. That's right. Even though a lot of people over the years thought it did. And this is the Level 1 podcast. It's a good show today because today we are going to determine what we are going to be doing during this week's very exciting Viewers' Choice Marathon. Can't wait to see what games you guys have most nominated so that we can create polls and you guys can start voting. If you're wondering what's going on behind me, it's supposed to be a simulated lightsaber battle. I don't know how well this would pick up on camera. It probably won't because it's a silver keyboard. But basically what's happening here... Yeah, see, I knew it. It doesn't show up on camera very well. It's basically a red lightsaber and a blue lightsaber fighting. And
Who fucking cares?
It's not on camera. Like, it doesn't pick up well on camera. You can kind of see there's a blue lightsaber here and a red lightsaber here, and they're swinging back and forth, attacking each other.
I love how you show off the keyboard, which we don't usually see. This is... The keyboard being all lit up is for his own benefit. That keyboard is usually all fucking camera. So, like, Phil, this is nothing. Your audience don't care because the audience don't get to see this usually. This is all you.
So that's what's going on behind me on the wall, which looks pretty neat in my opinion. I hope that you like it. You can also simulate the flash, but I think that if I simulate the flash, it becomes too stroby. Here, let me show you what I mean. Okay, ready? This is with the simulated flash. See that? Is that too much? Because now it's kind of like almost like a strobe light that might bother some people. That's supposed to be the lightsabers are hitting and flashing.
Oh, poor Jay's gonna have a fucking seizure, isn't he?
Each other when they clash. You guys let me know in the chat what you think, okay? Let me know what you think if you like it with or without the flash, and we'll change it, okay? Anyway, so for May the 4th, I decided let's do a Star Wars themed actual font below us, which it is, as you can see. You've got, it's funny because they don't have dollar signs in this font. They have this weird, like, I don't even know if that's like a Republic symbol or something. Is it too much? Yeah, people are saying it's too much. Is it bothering you guys?
Who fucking cares?
You guys let me know.
Burger.
Anyway. Alright, so, it is too much? Alright. People are saying it's bothering them. Alright. That's what I figured. Like, it looks good for like 10 seconds, and then it starts to be like too much. So, alright, no flash. Back to just the blue and the red lightsaber duel behind me. Now, really, we don't have anything Star Wars related to do this year. If you remember last year, at this time, I distinctly remember what we were doing. One of the games that we had in the rotation last year at this point was the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection, where it was Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 from way back in the day, ported to modern consoles. And we were actually playing it, I believe it was on the Xbox Series X. And it was a mess. Like, it was fun, but it just didn't play well. It had a lot of graphical issues. It had a lot of issues where you clip through things and things wouldn't load properly. And it just, you know, it was definitely an unfinished game, you could tell. We still had fun with it. Like, it was so buggy that we had multiple streams and nights of it where we would play, and it would be, like, over-the-top crazy zaniness, and it was fun because of that. But it could never really be taken seriously. And then after playing it, you know, several streams, we kind of just got tired of it and phased it out of the rotation. But I remember on May the 4th last year, we distinctly played some of that, which was kind of fun. This year, there's just not much Star Wars related going on. In fact, the biggest Star Wars stuff going on right now is that they re-released Revenge of the Sith in theaters, which did really good for one weekend. And that was it. Okay? So, not really much going on. I know, exactly. It's pretty boring being a Star Wars fan if you are. Half the stuff that comes out now is some Disney Plus TV show that you don't even hear about or know about. Like, what is it? The Basement Dweller Crew or something? The 8th line ragtag misfits group of Star Wars has their own show. Like, what? I remember when just The Mandalorian was out, right? And that's when Star Wars kind of hit a big stride where, wow, you can have things that aren't just Star Wars movies that actually are interesting and do well. And then they just went crazy with the insane amount of, like, spin-offs and crap. I don't even know what half of them are. I really don't. Like, I hear about it on social media. I was like, what? Ahsoka, Jedi trainee, what are these? What's the other one? It's some fucking, just a generic name of a planet or something. What are they? Do they even have an audience? Is anyone actually watching this Star Wars content? Because if you remember, Star Wars used to be, everything that Star Wars came out was insanely popular. Whether it was a movie or, a tie-in, the action figures at one point were extremely popular. Then now all of a sudden, Skeleton Crew and Endor. What? Sure. I guess basically if you have, like, Disney Plus, you have, like, endless Star Wars content that no one actually watches or talks about, except for, like, 1 week on social media, and then it just dies, right? Like, oh. Anyway, it's a shame. It really is, because here's the thing. I think here's what Disney doesn't get, okay? When you keep something rare, when you keep something reserved, restrained, and when you only bring it up every once in a while, it feels special, okay? So
This is the exact same logic he used for the fucking Vestrik before the Vestrik was a fucking thing. Like, he had a strange, bizarre thing, because when he started putting on a vest randomly, fucking like years and years ago, whatever, before the Vestrik, whatever, and his audience is like, Phil, get the vest again, get the vest, and he's like, nah. Like, we've got to make the vest be rare, because then it's going to be special. If I just pull it off, if I put the vest on every stream, it's not special anymore. And then people from $100 per stream to put it on, and all of a sudden, Phil didn't care about that fucking logic anymore, because he was getting money to put the vest on. So, I don't really feel like Phil believes that scarcity means it's special. Well, not when it comes to his own fucking shitty content anyway. And yeah, Steve is reminding us all that this is literally what Troll P was telling him. Yep.
Oh, if when Star Wars had a movie, and it was a movie every 3 to 5 years, and that was it, and you wouldn't hear about Star Wars for a while, then all of a sudden you would hear, oh, there's a new project coming out, or a new movie, or you'd be like, whoa, this is special, right? And that's why when The Mandalorian came out, it was like the first major Star Wars thing in a very long time, and then it just so happened to be entertaining and people liked it. That's what I mean. But then when you start saying, oh, let's release another 12 Star Wars shows in the next 5 years, does anyone care about Star Wars anymore? Like, I used to like Star Wars, but I haven't seen anything Star Wars related in a very long time, and I don't really care. You know what I mean?
Well, that's kind of... The popularity for Star Wars essentially was kind of... I would actually... I mean, I'm not the biggest Star Wars person, but I think the movies have to take a lot of responsibility in the direction they took for why the popularity for the series kind of took a bit of a dive. You know? I mean, things like, yeah, it's just, I mean, it looked like there was potential there to do a lot more, especially the last couple of movies as well, and some of the decisions made in the plot for what they did with some characters, with not only look, you know what I mean, but the thing is, it feels like they dropped the ball massively with Finn. Finn had so much potential to kind of be a lot more involved in that particular story and be more important and relevant, and it's like, nah, you can't just put it onto the fucking side and not do much with him, and they kind of just absolutely destroyed. I mean, kind of looks, kind of whole, like Luke Skywalker, you know what I mean? He fucking overcame the temptation to go to the dark side of the Force, whatever, back, in the early movies, you know what I mean? He overcome that temptation, and he saw the good in his father, and he believed in his father and all that shit, you know what I mean? You fast forward to like current day, where Luke having like a little school for Jedis or whatever, and he has like one bad nightmare, and he tries to fucking do in his fucking like nephew or whatever. Like what? Wait, what? That's not Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker like sees the good in everyone, doesn't he? No, I'm not. He has one bad dream and he tries to fucking do it in his wee fucking... Jesus. Poor Kylo Ren. Oh, for fuck's sake. I just some of the decisions that are made for some characters, it was kind of weird, It was, I'm not even the biggest Star Wars guy, as I said, you know what I mean? But to me, it's like the decisions that were made in the newer movies seem to not only kind of broke some older characters, but they dropped the ball with some newer characters like Finn as well. But that's just my take. So yeah, also each to their own. You guys might have your own opinion about this kind of thing, but that's my own take on that.
I think that's what the problem with Disney is they oversaturate the market with things that are going to pump out money rather than caring about the quality or honestly even the importance. Every time a Star Wars piece of media came out, it felt important. Now it's like, do you need to watch this show? Does it even matter? Endor, Skeleton Crew, who fucking cares about this, right? Like, so kind of stupid. They lost their way, with the way that they're doing this crap, in my opinion anyway. you know. For the record, Revenge of the Sith, I actually really like that movie. It had some really cheeseball moments, but at the same time, it's really dark. It's on pace or on par with a movie like Empire Strikes Back, I feel, and it has some really dark turns and stuff. So, yeah, pretty good movie. And if you didn't see it, yeah, I think it still might be playing in theaters. I think it had like a second release that's like a month long or something. Anyway, so enough about Star Wars, because that's about it. We have nothing else to talk about Star Wars today, okay? All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to recap what's been going on yesterday. We're going to talk about all of those games that we played yesterday and how well they did and stuff like that, okay? But today, the primary focus that we have to do today is, and by the way, thank you, Zangief, for these gifted subs over on Kick. Let me see. There we go. I want to make so you can read the text. There we go. I'll shout those out in a moment. Primarily today, what I'd like to do is determine what are the games that you guys are now going to vote on for the upcoming Viewers' Choice event. For those who don't know, we're doing the marathon this week. It's the Viewers' Choice Marathon, where we're going to be playing probably 4 games, which you guys have nominated and very shortly will now be voting on during this marathon. The reason that Viewers' Choice is a really awesome and special marathon is because unlike other marathons that are kind of one-off specials where you just play something and you move on, with the Viewers' Choice, the idea is that hopefully with some of the games that we play, we'll find something that might actually be entertaining or fun enough that becomes a future playthrough. For example, last Viewers' Choice Marathon, we ended up playing Onimusha Warlords, which I loved. I ended up fully playing that game as a playthrough, and now I'm going to be playing the Onimusha 2 HD remake later this month, and next year there's a new Onimusha game coming out that I'm going to try. Okay, so I'm excited for that, to see what games you guys have nominated. Now, here's the thing. I'm well aware that a lot of people nominate jokes or whatever. We have to kind of weed through it a little bit and see exactly what you guys have nominated and figure out what's viable for the marathon. Keep in mind, there were rules, and the rules were that the games have to be readily available either on PC or on a modern console, and they basically have to be a game that would make sense to play for about an hour, right? If you nominated a game that has a 4-hour-long intro before you even get to the main game, then why did you nominate it for Viewer's Choice? It wouldn't make sense, right? Okay, so we'll see. We'll see what you nominate. We're going to work on this today on the show. It's the major focus of the show today, is to go through that list and see what are the most nominated games and figure out what will be in the poll that you guys will now vote on. So, FYI, yesterday things went really well for my return after being away for a couple of days. We had a very well-supported series of streams.
I mean, I called that right from the get-go. I kind of warned everyone at the start of every single month. Phil usually gets a massive uptick in contributions for that particular start of the month because that's when the disability check. I mean, it feels cruel to say it, but there's a pattern. There's an established pattern at the start of every single month that the disability welfare checks come in, and then Phil gets a massive amount of support. You can check. You can look back. You look back to the start of every single month that Phil makes content. It's uncanny. As it feels cruel to kind of point it out, but it's a literal fact that at the start of every single month, Phil has an uptick in support and contributions, and he gets a bit more than usual that particular day.
Between the podcast yesterday, and then we had Oblivion Remastered on the first stream, which we had tons of great progress of story. And then last night we did a late night stream of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, my first time playing it in like over 2 weeks. It all went really well, all right? Like, people really enjoyed the content, they engaged, they supported the content. We hit not 1, not 2, but 3 goals yesterday of support, meaning we're now at 45 out of 50 goals hit, 5 more goals needed, and once we hit 5 more goals, we're doing this marathon, okay? We could do it as early as tomorrow, but I don't foresee hitting 5 goals today. I mean, that'd be insane if we did. But if we hit 5 goals today, yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. If we hit 5 goals between today and tomorrow, then we'll do it Tuesday. If we hit 5 goals between today, tomorrow, and Tuesday, then we'll do it Wednesday, you see? So I did have like a dummy schedule in place, but the schedule isn't necessarily representative of what will really happen this week because it will always be changed depending on when the marathon takes place. But basically, we've got today, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33 continuing on the first stream, which I'm very excited for. The game has gotten better and better the more I've played it. The combat's more challenging. We have a brand new party member, which we recruited, which has gone really well. I'm excited to play with that party member more, which I think CL or something like that. And, you know, we're in an interesting part of the story. So we'll see how it goes today and go from there. Later tonight, it's the return of Minecraft
Who
Java
fucking
Edition.
cares?
That's right. Last time around, I switched from Bedrock to Java, kind of hit the reset button, and we started over, and people seem to really like the reset that we're doing. So we're going to continue on with more of that tonight.
You were paid to do that, though. Like, Phil, you were given like $300 from somebody to do that. It wasn't you making an active choice to fucking do that of your own fucking volition or whatever. Somebody gave you a shit ton of money to fucking go from Bedrock Minecraft to Java Minecraft. Funny how he just, you know, he admits that small little detail that somebody gave him a fucking shit ton of money to fucking change, you know, the kind of Minecraft he was fucking playing. Oh, that's insane. So when you see a highlighted message from me go through, he bans me and we go into an incredible cope session and some very big toxicity. I assume this happens in like 20 minutes time because we are 22 minutes behind live DSP. So yeah, I mean, so yeah. Remember, we're looking for a kick user called Osho, O-H-S-O, or O-S-H-O, Osho, I think, you know, which is Cameron Dutchman's soccer account, you know, so there we go. But apparently Phil's kick chat has been rioting non-stop for the past, like, 25-30 minutes.
I'm gonna see if I have time between the streams to set up some mods for tonight's stream. I would like to set up some graphical, maybe shader mods, but I don't know how complicated it is. I have a guide, like people set up a guide for me to figure this out, but I don't know how long and time consuming it is. I don't want to fuck up the game. I also don't want to reset my game save. So we got to test this out. I'll see if I have time to do it tonight. If not, I will try to make time this week, all right, at some point to hopefully be able to set this up so that we can have some mods for Minecraft, but I don't know how hard it is, okay? Like, let me put it this way. Here I am thinking, oh, this will be simple. And then someone's like, here's a step-by-step guide of how to do it. And it was like insanely amount of paragraphs, like tons of stuff. I was like, wait, what? I can't just like download a mod and install it as a file or something and replace it. It'll work. Like, no, you gotta install this mod installer. Then you gotta go to this site and download this one and then you activate it in the installer. Then you have to get to unzip the file and then you have to replace this with this. Once you replace this with this, then you gotta boot the game and tweak this. And then you can go back and you can enable it this. Wait, what? The fuck? I just want to play Minecraft and have it look a little better. I don't know why it's so complicated. Okay?
Spoiler alert, it is not complicated. I have done it several times myself. It's a pretty straightforward thing. You just fucking have a texture pack. You're putting a texture pack in a certain fucking folder to make the game look better for you. It's not very complicated.
Anyway, so tonight Minecraft, tomorrow as a daytime stream, we're doing blueprints. People really liked blueprints when it was a day stream. Then for the last week or two, I made it a night stream and it hasn't done as well. We've had a dramatic dip in viewership, engagement, and support, and I think that's because it changed. Since this week, we have some more time. It's a long 7-day streaming week. I decided that we will do it as a day stream again and see how it does. Okay, so that's tomorrow and tomorrow night, indie game night. And I don't know what I want to do. Like, we have some options, okay? We could go play some more Balatro, which I haven't now done in months, and I really like Balatro. Or we could play some Schedule 1, which I only played during my birthday marathon for like 45 minutes. We could actually do a serious stream of it, trying to play it and see if I can learn it and enjoy it. Or we could do a new game, you know, a new indie game. I don't know what I want to do. I'm thinking what we should do is just kind of jump on that stream together tomorrow night and just talk and hang out and figure it out together, okay? Now, here's the thing. When we hit 5 more support goals, we're going to do the marathon. It could be probably Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. So basically, all I did is I copy-pasted the schedule from the first half of the week into the second half of the week here. So at one point, we're going to play more Oblivion Remastered. At one point, we'll have more Black Ops 6. At one point, more Clair Obscure. At one point, more Minecraft. At one point, more Blueprints. At one point, another indie night. But I don't want to tell you exactly when, because the marathon will be in there at some point, okay? So what we should do...
So hold on. Broadside Fellows come from the future. He calls people pussies and cupboards. I mean, what a surprise. Broadside Phil, did you happen to see what Phil said on Kick before he went live? Somebody asked him about, you know, if you'd be up for boxing wings. And Phil thinks that he would be easy. What was Phil's wording for it? Did somebody capture Phil's wording about that? I can't even mind. But something about running rings around him or something. Because Phil said because Phil's 190, he would just run rings around wings until I got knackered and gassed out. Phil thinks that he could beat wings in a boxing fight. Which I disagree with. I completely disagree with that, but I think Phil would have a better chance of beating Boogie. Phil would have a far likelier chance of beating Boogie in a boxing fight than Wings. Wings would batter him. You know? I'm not saying Wings wouldn't Wings would definitely get fucking knackered after a fucking, like, couple of rounds easy, for sure. But Phil is just such a fucking coward himself, you know what I mean? So afraid of confrontation, he's afraid of getting hit, you know what I mean? Phil, you know, there's no way. So Phil and Boogie would be the most cowardly boxing fight ever. But I think Phil would have a better chance. Phil would definitely have a better chance of beating Boogie than with the Wings. That's a damn sure. But yeah, that was actually when Phil's kick chat out on Boogie, so have fun with that. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this toxicity coming from Phil later on. This is going to be fucking good to get to. We're about 22 minutes behind the live DSP. So let's see how good it gets. Hold on, I just seen Phil's highlighted kick chat message here, and the message was no one cares.
Exactly when, because the marathon will be in there at some point. Okay?
What is there? Red highlighted message. You can't. It goes very quickly there. Who was it? If I can done it. Moon Knight. So Moon 197 has redeemed a get a red highlighted message. No one cares. Oh, that'll go down well with Phil, I'm sure.
So what we should do is figure out what will the games be for the marathon. Let's get people to start voting on the games for the marathon. All right, and then we can figure all this out. All right, and go from there. So in the meantime, please, if you would like this marathon to happen as soon as possible, which I do, I would love to do it for the record. I got some tequila. I got some shots. All right, I still got the moonshine, and I bought White Claws to sip on all day long for this marathon. So I'll be nicely buzzed all day long for this upcoming Viewer's Choice event. There's also going to be some food, so it's going to be a fun, chill, interactive event. All right, and I hope that you guys will join me for it. I wish I could tell you exactly when it is. We don't know yet. We'll know shortly.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Once we figure out, you know, how long it will take to hit these goals, right? Which, you know, we're working on right now. So, okay, so before we get to that, let's do some shout-outs because we actually have some early support that I'd like to shout out and get momentum going. Today's goals, all right. So first off, Zangief gifted 5 subs over on Kick to get us started with Kick support today. Thank you, Zangief. We'll get that on the leaderboard. That's worth 25 bucks of support, and that's a great head start to the goal today. So thank you very much, Zangief. It's not dollars, it's I guess Federation credits or whatever. I don't know what that symbol is. Republic? I think Republic credits or something. Okay. Our first tip of the day has arrived. I got a $2 tip. This person says, as you said about Star Wars, do it once in a while or it no longer becomes special. Is this something you believe you could learn something from? It is. That's what I've said is I feel, honestly, the reason that the initiatives that I have tried over the last 6 to 8 months, the reason that none of them have really stuck is very simple because I make them regular things and then they're not special anymore. So for example, I want to do a politics show, DS Politics, right? So I start doing it once a week. And the first week or two, it actually gets attention, it gets support, people are really liking it. By week 5 or 6, people are bored. So
because you pick some very bizarre topics to cover sometimes, which nobody really fucking care about in the grand political scheme of things. And also, you're doing your absolute best to fucking ride that fence down the fucking middle. You know you're clearly fucking leaning to the right. You know, it's a bizarre, like, it didn't come across as genuine, Phil. You know what I mean? The content wasn't that interesting. You actually ignored most of the fucking more interesting stories politically or whatever. It seemed like you were upset or potentially up, you know, losing some potential whales with some of your inflammatory opinions. So that's why I fucking failed, Phil, because you just didn't really fucking seem to be willing to fucking actually be yourself and be genuine with your fucking pop politics.
So instead of doing it every week, maybe do it once a month, maybe do it every couple of weeks, do it whenever I feel like, right? But it didn't work as a weekly show. Smart Guys, bringing back wrestling commentary for the first time in over a decade. I started right as Raw hit Netflix, carried through the Royal Rumble all the way up to WrestleMania. First 2 weeks, popular, views, support. Then it kind of starts to die out. Then I kind of reboot it with random guest hosts. Okay, at first there's attention. By the time WrestleMania hits, people are bored. So as I said, it's kind of the deal is when you do something regularly, it doesn't really feel special anymore. Same thing with the Lego nights. You know, we had a couple nights or 3 nights in February where we built the succulent plant Lego. Then I built a Minecraft Lego set during my birthday marathon a month ago, which I had in my background for the month of April. And now I built this guy, the Piranha Plant Lego.
Who fucking cares?
But after having done it all these times, it's like, okay, he's done it so much, it's not a big deal anymore. Maybe wait a bit, and then maybe later on, this you know, year, we bring it back. Maybe when there's a reason to bring it back, like a specific time that makes sense to bring it back, right? So there you go. As I said, one of the ideas that we've been coming up with is the idea of a variety show. Not the Level 1 podcast, but an actual show that I maybe do like once a week, twice a week, or maybe twice a month. You know, we gotta figure out the frequency to do it. But it's 100% a variety show, and it's the whole stream. It's not just an hour, hour and a half. It's actually my major stream of the day is a variety show, right? So what would it be? Well, maybe one week I talk about my thoughts on what's going on in pro wrestling, and I recap some results or what's going on with a pay-per-view event.
Who
Say, hey, here's what I
fucking
think.
cares?
And then maybe one week we build a Lego set together. And then maybe one week I just have some random guests call in, and we actually have like a back and forth open forum discussion about a topic. Maybe we cover news and stuff that's going on in gaming and things like that, right? I feel like that could definitely work, but the question is, what should the show be called? How often should I do it? How often do I change the format? We got to figure all of that out, right?
Basically, how much money would Phil be getting from his audience, but you know, per week or per month? You know, primarily that's the fucking main thing Phil wants to fucking know. How much money are the dumbass dentheads willing to fucking throw him for doing the show either on a weekly basis or a monthly basis?
Okay? But I think that that's actually an interesting idea of something that I could do. In fact, I already have some interesting other things, like first-time things that I could do on that show that I don't really want to talk about or spoil yet, because I feel like if I tell you about them ahead of time, then the ideas are kind of already out there, and I'd rather just let
I just seen one of Camping Dutchman's fucking messages in Kick
I don't
Chat.
really want to talk about or spoil yet, because I feel like if I
No support until our friends are unbanned.
Fuck you and your friends.
Well, it's no wonder you don't have any friends.
Can I help myself? But yeah, I just seen one of Camping Dutchman's fucking inflammatory kick messages there in his girls' Kick Chat. And he's leading a revolution. He's leading the charge.
I tell you about them ahead of time, then the ideas are kind of already out there, and I'd rather just let it sit and simmer a bit.
Just look at that Kick Chat go mental. And you're spamming the message as well. You're no support until our friends are unbanned. The fucking Pepe torches are going out and forth. And everyone's joining, denied by 2 Latinas and 1 Asian with a ticket torch. And Jesus, man. And blah, 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 right below it says you have to figure your shit out. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes people in Phil's kick chat are just getting them the real hard, honest truth here. Phil's got to figure these things out for himself. You know, he's the one that's got to fucking work this shit out of his own. Like, it's just weird that way, you know? Like, Phil could easily, and should easily, obviously, he's got to be in charge of this shit. He's the one that's got to fucking decide how often he fucking does it. It's a kind of dilemma I had with Bingo. Bingo is something that's evolved massively over time. Because at first I was planning to do Bingo. If the very first Bingos I done was not even streamed Bingos, it was like it was a little separate video. It was one little video, and I would like fucking make a little bingo card, and if I got one row completed, that's a bingo. Because that's how bingo usually works, you know what I mean? You don't fucking try and get a full house on a bingo card. You try and complete one row or column or diagonal line, you know? And if it happened during a podcast, hey, we won bingo. If it's a daft little fucking premise, not shit. And it's something that evolved over time, thinking maybe this actually would work well as a stream, you know? We'll try and make Phil's content more bearable by trying to fucking game of bingo on a fucking live stream, you know? And of course, it's fucking we've tried different things over the years, whatever. Some things have come and gone, whatever. And yeah, it's just something that evolved over time. And also the days as well. Phil used to stream Saturdays all the time, and I decided not to stream Saturdays. It meant I missed one bingo stream sometimes a week because of that, you know? That's a choice I fucking made, I will say, back in the fucking day. Phil's got to make these choices himself. It's up to him.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
It's not for the fucking audience to decide that shit. It's up to him. Thank you, Anders Pack, for becoming a bingo baddie. If I get some of these issue reunion membership there. So thank you very much, Anders Pack, for that. Very kind of you.
But I think that it would be a pretty cool show, okay? So, awesome, right? Thank you. And that's good advice. The person who tipped $2, I really do believe that is kind of what killed a lot of the ideas and things that I started, is I started doing them too regularly, too frequently. When you do it like that, it loses interest, doesn't feel special anymore. So maybe now, do it less frequently or do a variety show where we'll do these things, but only every once in a while we go back to them, right? I think that could definitely work.
Who fucking cares?
All right, so, continuing on. Thank you for that. And then Jalen the Chimp gifted a sub over on Kit. Thank you to Jalen.
How is Jalen not banned by Phil? Isn't Jalen that person who's like very racist that everyone doesn't like? Like, I'm pretty certain that Jalen is a very inflammatory person within Phil's community, and yet it still seems to somehow exist in Phil's community.
All right. Cool. All right, so good early support. We're up to $32 and climbing. Thank you, guys. So let's get some support going. First of all, we haven't had any super chats yet today. How about a super chat over on YouTube to get that going? We also didn't have any memberships yet, so maybe a membership or two on YouTube would be greatly appreciated. Okay? If you could, let's get that variety of support going, and let's get that momentum. Yesterday, we nearly hit the goal by the end of the podcast, and that was tremendous, because then we hit the goal and another one because people were tuning in for the gameplay, and they supported it, and it worked really well. So let's get that rolling again, all right? Maybe let's get some stuff happening on both sides of the streaming spectrum here between YouTube and Kick, and hopefully we'll have a good amount of support to balance it out and hit that goal or more, all right? And like I said, the sooner the better for the marathon. We can do the marathon as early as tomorrow, all right? Or maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, it all depends. Okay? Cool. Sketch shows? What do you mean by that? Tony says, what about sketch shows? I don't know what that means. Like sketch comedy? I don't really...
Yeah, it means having some entertaining little mini skits and segments to entertain an audience. You know? Like some kind of funny stuff that, you know, things that, you know, some people submit little kind of funny little things, just, you know, that being said, sometimes that being said, that short, the fucking short that I play when Phil says that interesting number, that's an interesting fucking little sketch. And Phil's like, what do you mean by sketch shows? You mean I got to make effort making brand new entertaining content?
Sketch shows? What do you mean by that? Tony says, what about sketch shows? I don't know what that means. Like sketch comedy? I don't really do sketch comedy. And as for...
You don't want to do any comedy, Phil, because that would require extra fucking additional effort. You are funny to laugh at, not laugh with.
People spamming over on Kick, I will be very matter-of-fact and very transparent.
Oh, here we go. Here we fucking go. The Kick Angry starts now.
Alright. On Kick, we know all the drama and stuff that's happened over the month, okay? We know it. And I'm appreciative of everyone who watches me on Kick every day. But there is definitely a toxic troll element on Kick. People who think that they can say or do whatever they want, despite the rules, despite the fact that I've already reprimanded them for their behaviors, and they're not going to get away with it. They're acting like it's a good old boys club. Oh, well, I've been here since the beginning, so that means I could just sit here and say toxic things about everyone, right? So this morning, 2 particular people literally made bad jokes, saying things such as, oh, all of Phil's supporters are just on government money, and they're waiting for their government checks to come in. So
Not all of them, but a certain decent percentage are. I think it's undeniable.
they could support him, and, you know, that's completely unacceptable. It's not even a meme. It's outright insulting, okay? These 2 particular people...
It's a factual observation, Phil. That's what it is. It's a factual observation. What's wrong with that?
That's completely unacceptable. It's not even a meme. It's outright insulting, okay? These 2 particular people have never contributed whatsoever to my streams.
Does that mean I'm not allowed to have a factual observation because they haven't given you money? Is that what you're fucking saying? No one's allowed to have a factual observation unless they give you fucking money to make that factual observation.
They're in the streams every day, saying toxic shit like that, but have never actually contributed at all. So not only is it a violation of the rules, but it's hypocritical as well.
What do you mean? Wait. It's hypocritical for them to point out that some of your supporters are on welfare and disability welfare and all that shit. But that is a literal, factual observation. You know, I'd be willing to say, and so, how is it a fucking controversial thing? Like, there are wheelchair bound, I mean, not just wheelchairs, but there are disabled people in the retractor community and in Phil's community. Now, Phil has quite a lot of fucking people in his community which are, you know, special, you know what I mean? For lack of a better term, or whatever, you know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of people out there on both sides of the events that they rely on this, you know? I'm sure my bingo streams have been partially funded by, you know, like by people who get welfare money for disabilities, and other detractor streams as well. You know, but that's but you know but those detractor streams though aren't relying on those to fucking pay the bills. You know, whereas Phil's content is. Like, Phil relies on that primarily at the start of every single month to get closer to hitting his goals and paying his bills and all that shit. Oh, for God's sake. What the fuck, man? Jesus Christ, Phil. It's a factual observation, Phil. Calm the fuck down.
Oh my God! What's up?
Thank you very much, Broside Phil, for the super chat. It says bingo streams funded equals sneak beg. Nah. It wasn't a sneak beg. My sneak begs are far sneakier than that. You have. The thing is, my sneak begs are so sneaky. You didn't even realise I was fucking sneak begging. That's how sneaky I am. I'm like a fucking ninja with these sneak begs, you know. Yeah, you have no earthly eyes. Like, it's one of those things. That's the whole concept of a sneak beg. You weren't even aware it was there. You know? That one was right in your face. You were aware of it, you know what I mean? Even you fucking saw it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, you. It's, the best sneak begs are the ones you don't even see coming. It's like, oh, shit, did I just get fucking sneak begged? You didn't even know what happened to you. Well, thank you for the super chat, bro. Phil. Much appreciated.
They're not coming back. I don't care. And if you are of the mentality that you think that you can say and do whatever you want, insult regulars, insult supporters, and get away with it, you're wrong. Sorry, the party's over. If you act like an asshole, you'll be treated like the asshole you are.
Oh my God! What's up?
Thank you very much, Bruce Phil, again. For the super chat says bingo streams funded equals overt beg. There is no begging on bingo. The only thing I beg for, you know what I want? Likes. Is it wrong to ask for 100 likes so we can see Pixar's wonderful Bubbles animation? I'm just saying, that is the thing. I will always beg for likes over anything else. I mean, also, don't get me fucking wrong, money's fucking nice, but at the end of the fucking day, the one thing I'll ask for more than anything else is likes on the stream, because that doesn't cost you guys a single fucking thing. If you get 100 likes, it's free spaces, and you guys get to enjoy the excellently, wonderfully made Bubbles animation. Maybe the supremely talented Pix animations too. So there we go. It's been a long time. Yeah, we had an animation like a couple weeks ago, I think it was. Yeah, it's hard to get 100 likes these days. This is why it's worth free spaces. The 100 likes thing. You know?
Oh my God! What's up?
And thank you again to Broside Phil for his super chat. It says, lesson learned as can event. Jad begs for one. I beg for likes, you bastard. I'm begging for likes. How can I say I beg for likes and you hear, oh, likes means money? No! No, it doesn't. Likes does not mean money. I beg for likes. That's the thing I beg for, you cheeky bastard. You know, just for that, Broside Phil, just for that, I might not bother going to the gym tomorrow. I was thinking about it, but because you were so cheeky, oh no, I'm kidding, of course. I'm definitely going to try. I mean, it's funny, I mean, not to derail the fucking stream or anything with fucking gym talk or whatever, but my arm's been massively fucked up lately. I think I actually need to go to a chiropractor or something like that because my neck and arm's all fucked up. But I still want to try and do the gym though.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
So I'll see you on tomorrow morning, whatever. Thank you very much, Teresa Young, for popping our 4-month bingo Barry membership message saying desperate for likes. There we go. Teresa Young's fucking asked for it as well. Like the stream, guys. The more likes we get, the more free spaces we get. Remember, 50 likes is 1 free space, 75 is 2, and 100 likes is 3 free spaces, as well as the animation for the bubble. So there we go, good stuff indeed. Anyway, let's get back to some bingo, shall we? A Phil ranting toxically towards fucking.
Oh my god! What's up?
Thank you, Broside Phil, for the super chat. Says I might not go to the gym tomorrow. Said Phil, but he's always that way. That's always his fucking mantra. No, his mantra is maybe tomorrow. But when he gets to tomorrow and he says the same thing again. Tomorrow never comes. Because always tomorrow. Anyway. I do want to get back though, but my arm's definitely got all sorts of fucked up though, so I don't know. I need to get a doctor's MA for that, but fuck it. I still need to get to the gym because I need to start doing better.
Not only is it a violation of the rules, but it's hypocritical as well. If they're not coming back, I don't care. And if you are of the mentality that you think that you can say and do whatever you want, insult regulars, insult supporters, and get away with it, you're wrong. Sorry, the party's over. If you act like an asshole, you'll be treated like the asshole you are.
This is why the internet fucking turned on you, Phil, because you acted like an arsehole, and so we treated you like the arsehole that you are. And then you went and sat there going, why do people hate me now? It's because you were fucking turned into an absolute arsehole.
And you will appropriately be moderated. If you have issue with that, fuck you. I don't care. Get out of my chat. Thank you. Okay.
Apparently that's not the end of it though. Apparently it does get like a whole lot worse, you know. Personally, that is not the end of the kick toxicity, I believe.
Alrighty then.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
Alright.
Look at that kick chat go. Don't be shocked with no kick support and all the fucking torches and flying or whatever.
So that's that. Enough of the drama. I just want to get that out of the way because people were spamming the kick chat. And, you know, it is what it is. If they continue to spam and they find themselves banned, no one's going to care. There won't be a sympathetic ear for them to cry on. They don't do anything but sit there and do memes and do toxic stuff every day. And I put up with it to some extent. I try to be, you know, a reasonable guy. I don't want to be someone who is throwing the ban hammer around all the time.
Yeah, guys, we got likes. We got 51 likes. We have 52 likes now, apparently. Fantastic stuff, guys. 50 likes is 1 free space, so thank you very much for that. That gives us our 2nd free space of the game. Our first free space was from Anders Pack, giving 5 memberships earlier on, and our 2nd free space, of course, is from likes as well. Remember, 75 likes is another free space. Yeah, I mean, so the more likes we have, the better chances we have of getting a full house and a bingo board as well, and also the 100 likes means you get to see that bubbles animation. So there we go. So fantastic stuff indeed.
I don't want to have people think that, oh, when you go to Phil's streams, there's way too much moderation. In fact, it's the control opposite. There's very little moderation.
Excuse the fuck out of me? Excuse? Hold on, let me refresh this fucking page. Excuse the fuck... No! Phil, there's still quite a lot of moderation. Phil Burnell, since he rocked up to his fucking stream today, has banned, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 baker's dozen banned from Phil today. Since he rocked up to his stream today, he's banned 13 people. Including, of course, this is Osha. Osha was the Camber Dutchman. That was Camber Dutchman's account too, so they got banned. And so was the Patula Teenagers at one age, never banned again. Oh my god. Hidden Simulator Real, banned as well. Apparently there's barely any moderation on Phil streams. 13 banned people today, Phil. Oh god. Oh shit.
Squeak Wheels Jade tipped £1. Squeak 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 squeak. Mommy told me that I don't get disability checks. I get it from my uncle Sam, whom I've never met before. He's still a great uncle, despite his absence, primarily because he's never touched me in the no-no area.
Jesus Christ, did you have to fucking take it to such fucking depths? Jesus, man. That's just... Oh my god. Poor Jade. Leave Jade alone. Be nice to Jade. We need Jade for a free space. Stop bullying him.
People think that, oh, when you go to Phil's streams, there's way too much moderation. In fact, it's the control opposite. There's very little moderation on my streams or in my chat. The only real moderation that happens is these idiots who come in and make these fake accounts every day that are incredibly insulting names or doxing, which there's literally 50 of these a day. There's some no-life person who goes on Kick and makes like 50 accounts a day that are all awful. So the mods and I take care of them when we see them. They don't...
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Anders back for the super chat. It says, I feel bad for Ket living with a feeder that loves his sweaty man JPEGs, but at least she has Tyrone feet. I have no sympathy whatsoever for Ket. It's not like she's not aware of what the fuck's going on. She's very aware of what's going on. So no, I have no pity for her.
Oh my dog! What's up?
My pity for Kat ran out long ago, you know what I mean? At first I felt sorry for her. At first, the very first, I mean, I could easily get derailed with a sort of fucking topic. When Phil first introduced Kat to the world on stream, whatever, at first you were kind of inclined to feel a bit sorry for her because she kind of felt like she didn't want to be there and it was awkward. I mean, I'm not saying she didn't want to be with Phil. It looked like she didn't want to be on camera though. She looked extremely uncomfortable being in a situation where she's sitting next to Phil on a live stream with people watching, and it looked like she did not want to be a part of that sort of content, and it looked like she was forced there against her fucking will. Despite what Phil said, it looked like she was against her, it was there against her will, you know? And Phil kept fucking telling us on it, oh, she's gonna be great for my content, you know, she's gonna fucking make all these fucking meals and not shit, and she loves gaming as well, she's gonna be a huge part of my content, guys. And then fucking fast forward to fucking Kat getting there, and all of a sudden she can't stand Phil's content and can't stand being a part of Phil's content because she just can't stand Phil's community, you know? At first, there was sympathy from some detractors towards Kat, but simply put, she's aware of what's going on with Phil, she's aware of what he does and how he fucking conducts himself, and she's in it. She is in on the fucking game. It's not like she's fucking oblivious to the fucking shit. She knows what's fucking going on. So now I've got no fucking pity whatsoever for Kat anymore. At first I did, but that ship's fucking long fucking sailed. You know. I'll boo fucking who Phil fucking force fed her buckets of fucking chicken so she can't get to the fucking house. That's her own fucking doing. Anyway, thank you to Broside Phil for the super chat as well. Who says his uncle, Jade's uncle, taught him how to milk a cow in the house blindfolded. That's mean. Stop being mean to Jade. Poor Jade. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, stop the bullying.
No-life person who goes on Kick and makes like 50 accounts a day that are all awful. So the mods and I take care of them when we see them. They don't ever talk. They just show up and then we ban them before they even have a chance to try to, you know, be toxic. But outside of that, very little moderation happens. Despite what...
Remember, we're trying to keep an eye on... Is it this message here? Oh, Camping Dutchman, I think this is here. Camping Dutchman, who his sort of account was Osha, approved, tree for DSP. Literally don't care what you say. POA and DJ are supportive members. Engaging in chat matters. And this might be the message that triggers Phil. I don't know.
He'd say. So.
Oh wait, here. That was my hearted message just now. Observe the lean, and now we go to the extra toxic part. Here we fucking go, guys. Prepare yourselves for some extra toxicity from Phil.
I'm very lax in that, and then I even get complaints sometimes. Why do you let the chat get out of hand? You know, this is your business, and you should be making sure that it's a place that everyone can chat and feel safe. And you're right. I get it. And there's not much I can do because I don't.
And there's a lean.
Want to be a guy who sits around micromanaging everything and moderating constantly. I'd rather make content. I'd rather hang out with you guys and have a good time and play games than sit here and say, moderate. It's not worth my time, right? But if people are going to be toxic like this, right? If they're going to be stupid, if they're going to be insulting, if they're going to be jerks, and if they're going to outright break the rules and insult others like they're doing, they're not going to be in the chat, okay? Okay. Good. Okay. Someone took the book, says you could call the variety show DSP versus the world.
Who fucking cares?
I mean, I guess, but I don't think that the whole point of the show would be me taking on the world in a confrontational manner, right? I don't think so. But maybe I should call it that. I don't know. What do you guys think? I would love to hear your opinions. If we could brainstorm some stuff together. If I were to do a variety show, what would be a great name for it, right? We figure this out together. The podcast will always be the podcast, the Level 1 podcast, that is.
Not a podcast, by the way.
And I like doing the show in its current format. But I like having the show be like the start of the streams on you know, my normal days. about an hour, hour and a half of talking with you guys, covering topics. I don't want this to change. The variety show would be a lot of other style of content, you see. Maybe even...
I completely forgot. Phil talked about politics earlier on. He brought up his politics show.
Burger.
That is obviously... I completely... I'm sorry, guys. I completely missed that earlier on. Phil brought up his short-lived politics show earlier on. That is literally him talking about politics. That's where I should have been ticked before. I missed that. That's my bad.
Covering things in depth, you know what we could do sometimes? React to stuff. I haven't done any reacting outside of game trailers and stuff in a while. Maybe people say, hey, Phil, I'd like to react to this clip. All right, you know what?
Yeah, Jesus, man. Phil's kick chat is just going out of control. And the highlighted messages as well.
React to stuff. I haven't done it.
So, here's one here. Financial Freedom 2014 was unjustly banned. Jesus, man.
Any reacting outside of game trailers and stuff in a while. Maybe people say, hey, Phil, I'd like to react to this clip. All right, you know what? Let's do this on the show, right? There you go. Okay. All right. The tasteful truth. Phil Phillips it. What? Oh, Phil flips it. Excuse me. Phil flips it. I read it wrong. Dark Side Chill. DSP's crowd control. DSP's main event.
Who fucking cares?
What's up, Game Boy? How you doing? DSP Unplugged.
So yeah, someone said, I can't mind who it was. You know, Game Boy is someone else who gets shouted out on a regular basis. Thing is, we don't know much about Game Boy. Like Jade, we know a fair bit about. You know, just because, you know, and so we know who Jade is. You know, I mean, we've seen who he's like. But does anyone know who the fuck Game Boy is? You know, Phil's always saying hi to Game Boy randomly. You know, Game Boy doesn't seem to give Phil a single fucking dollar. But for whatever fucking reason, Phil goes out his way to say hi to Game Boy on a regular fucking basis. So I don't know. I don't know. I have to fucking wait and see, I guess. Tacos all says Game Boy gets us to the temple in WPIG. Jesus Christ, man. There's a theory that Game Boy is Derek. See, I thought Vietnamese Comrade was Derek. People are trying to suggest that Game Boy is Derek. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Is there any evidence for that whatsoever?
What's up, King Michael? Huh.
Oh, King Michael. Fantastic. King.
Burger.
There we go. No one ticked off.
Oh my goodness. All right, so guys, sorry, yawn hit me there. All right, I think it's time to get to the portion of the show. What we're going to do now, we're going to go through nominations, all right? The nominations, so
No.
I'm taking a look here.
This is a big. This is the one big one.
222 comments. Yeesh, that's a lot of comments, right?
It was so close to 220. It was so goddamn close to 220 comments. Why did I have to have 2 more comments? Why? Why? We're so close to 220. It would have been a great number, but 222, god damn it. Yeah, guys, this segment right here, I'm going to count this all as a fucking big because he's talking about the fucking upcoming... The marathon that he's not hit yet, the marathon for the goal he's not hit yet, he's trying to plan. So this is all, it's all basically fucking, it all funnels into one big segment. Guys, you want to see this event happen, make sure you support sooner rather than later, that kind of shit, and he's planning the fucking marathon event. Yeah, this is one big coming up here, guys, but prepare for boredom.
222 comments were made in regards to nominating games for viewers' choice, okay? Someone took $2 says, do you think Kick might not be contributing to the positive environment you want your streams to be? No, that's not true.
Burger.
It's I want you to understand something. It's never everyone. That's a gross misgeneralization, okay? It's very simple. When I started streaming on Kick, we all know that the reason that I even gave Kick a chance or started streaming on Kick was because I was essentially egged on to do so by the Kino Casino. And I was skeptical about doing anything on Kick. I didn't really understand it at the time. But once I started looking into Kick and realizing, oh, it's pretty much just like Twitch, all right, that's when I started streaming there. And initially, the crowd that we had on Kick was very casino-oriented. It was regulars of Kino Casino who started watching me on Kick. And not only did they follow, but they started subbing and gifting subs and supporting that way, right? Now, a lot has changed since then. And a lot of the people who still watch me daily on Kick are kind of holdover. They're still fans of the casino, but also they like to stick around here to keep an eye on things. Some of them positively as real fans and some of them toxically and negatively. And to be honest, I don't really care why you're watching as long as you're abiding by the same rules as everybody else. We have rules that say you cannot insult the other viewers. You cannot be using toxic negative memes from detractors. These are rules that have always been in place. They're clear cut, they're clearly defined, and everyone can see them and everyone has to abide by them. No one is immune to the rules because this is how you maintain a positive community. If I just let anyone say and do whatever they want.
5 in a row, that's concerning.
We'll have people at each other's throats, constantly attacking each other, trolling nonsense. It won't be a safe environment. People won't like the streams, okay? So I have put up with the holdovers and tried to be nice to them, despite the fact that I know they're probably not my biggest fans. They're more fans of the casino. They still come up to my streams, they watch, and I appreciate that they're here. The engagement helps. It does, okay? But I cannot allow people to directly insult others. I cannot allow people to directly pass along these toxic memes. You honestly, I mean, let's be honest here. Do you really think that the vast majority of people who support my content are people on government pay? What are you even talking about? Are you implying that they are disabled people? Wow, that's a nice thing to say, right? Wow, that's really... And first off, even if some of them are, that's not my business, that's not your business, that's no one's business. If they like someone's content, they're well able to support whoever they want, however they want, and it's not your place to criticize, and it's not your place to try to deride or make fun of that. You're a sick individual and an online fucking bully. And the truth is, if we all look at you, we'd probably laugh at you harder than you laugh at anyone else on the internet because you're probably a bigger loser. But no one does that. Instead, losers group together on the internet to try to bully others. And it's just not allowed in my content. It never has been, and it never will be. If you want to sit here and try to insult others, you're going to be gone. Sorry, that's just the way that it works at a place where it's not chaos and it's not complete toxicity and online bullying. Maybe you're used to that environment from places like, Casino and other places, but that's not what I perpetrate in my business and on my streams, okay? That's correct. King Ferb says, imagine if in real life, someone tried to make fun of someone who was disabled in front of other people. Exactly. What would happen? You'd be called out, and probably someone would beat your ass. But you do it online because you're a pussy. You understand? You're a coward. You're a wimp. You have a little dick. And that's why you act like that online. So I'm not going to protect people who act like that in my chat. In fact, I'll be the one to put my foot to your fucking ass and beat your ass for it. Okay? Deal with it. And if you don't like it, fuck you, because I don't like online bullies. Okay.
Well, you are an online fucking bully. And every fucking time that the real fucking world came calling to fucking try and fucking, every time your keyboard warrior antics fucking got you into trouble in real life, you fucking cowered into a fucking ball and begged for forgiveness. Any fucking time the real world fucking came calling to try and fucking cash in the fucking check your fucking mouth could not fucking cash. The real world came fucking calling and you had to fucking beg for fucking forgiveness, beg for fucking pity. Hell, Mike Watson stopped fucking caring about you because he assumed you were fucking on the spectrum, disabled. Like, he stopped actually thinking about you being a fucking problem because he fucking felt sorry for what he perceived was some disabled individual. Some mentally stunted person. That was the impression that he got from you, because that was how you came across to him when you were begging for fucking mercy because your fucking mouth fucking ran its fucking course and got you into fucking trouble. And excellent point. What about fucking Lex? The strange Lex. Phil fucking didn't fucking waste time bullying them on his own content about strange. But remember, Phil has a very strange thing about fucking. Phil thinks he should be allowed to talk shit about other content creators on his own content because the content he creates is not for them to see. This is Phil's logic. Phil's logic is, even though Phil's content is available to anyone on the internet to watch, if they stumble across it, Phil believes that they shouldn't be watching what he said in the streams. Like, if he talks shit about, we'll just say Maximilian Dude, just as an example, if Phil runs his mouth randomly about Maximilian Dude out of fucking nowhere, he believes that Maximilian Dude should not be watching what he says about him because that content was not for Maximilian Dude to watch. Yeah, that is Phil's bizarre logic. Because he's creating because Phil's head, in Phil's head, the content he's creating today is meant to be only for his own audience, his own community. So anyone else who consumes that content and watches that content, if they take offence to it, they shouldn't take offence to it because it's not for them. That is literally his own logic.
What's going on, Jade? May the 4th be with you as well. Do you like the lightsaber battle going on?
Yes! Fucking Jade is there. Hooray! Fucking hooray for Jade. What is he?
Squeak, squeak, free space.
Yeah, fucking Jade's fucking rocked up to the fucking stream. Hooray! Jade's there. You like my lightsaber? Hey Jade, welcome to the stream, pal. Do you like my lightsaber battles? And look at what Phil... Hey, Jade's message was, DSP Gaming, hey, May for you. just in case you're wondering what Jade said to Phil to get Phil's attention. Hey, May for you. And Phil saw that message and he interpreted it this way.
What's going on, Jade? May the 4th be with you as well. Do you like the lightsaber battle going on behind me?
I just love how Phil assumes that's what Jade was referring to. He automatically tries to translate what Jade says in his head. And not only that, he's pretending that Jade said something like that exactly. Like, he's pretending that Jade said some typed of fucking actual sentence or whatever. It's a bizarre thing to really fucking do. You know, all Jade said was, hey, May for you. And Phil's like, I can translate that because I'm a smart valedictorian type of guy. May the force be with you too, Jade. Do you like my lightsabers in the background? I removed the strobe effects because I was afraid it would give you a seizure. Brian says it's probably what he's referring to, but don't you dare switch two letters in the word when talking to Phil because he won't understand the whole thing. Not only that, Phil will mock you. Phil does not waste time in mocking other people for the occasional fucking typo in their fucking language to him. You know Phil's guilty of that all the fucking time. Never mind fucking Jade, Phil's also fucking guilty of that shit all the goddamn time, but it's just... Anyway. Before we continue, let's have a quick recap of the situation, you know, of what's happening with Bingo. We have 3 free spaces as thing stand. Wait, 4. We have 4 free spaces as thing stand, sorry. We got 1 for Jade showing up, fucking array for that, good old Jade. We have 1 for the begging. We have 1 for the memberships. We got 5 members earlier on, so that's a free space. And we have 1 for 50 likes. So we currently have 4 free spaces as things stand. What does that mean? We're 2 away from a full house.
That's what I got. It's supposed to be a lightsaber battle light show, and also we got Star Wars text at the bottom.
Who fucking cares?
So, folks, let us now.
No, hold on. Adam Johnson, what a fucking name. Is that in relation to a certain footballer in England, or is it just a coincidence? Adam Johnson says, look at the comment by denied by 2 Latinas and 1 Asian. It got leaned. Was it on the screen at the time there? Let me go back. Ah, yes. The guy who spends all his day on the internet talking shit. Does Jaha ring a bell? And that got leaned. Major Jaha got leaned. How dare you, Phil? How very dare you?
Yo, Phil.
Yeah.
Remember, shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to look like you, dude. I mean, you're a fucking snitch. Everybody hates you. Who'd want to...
Nobody wants to look like a snitch.
Nobody fucking asking, dude. You're up yes, getting shot down left and right. Nobody wants to look like you. And we don't give a fuck about you, motherfucker. Ain't nobody trying to look like you. Shit.
That's what I'm
So DSP, shut the fuck up!
Alright, you notice Ben's respectful and you're not.
Shut the fuck up!
It's been 6 months.
God damn, dude.
So I timed that kind of badly. As soon as I pressed the Jaha button, which is like a 30-second long sound clip, Broadside Phil gifted 5 memberships to the channel, which gives us 1 extra free space. It means we're 1 square away from a full.
Member bomb.
My biggest fans are idiots.
Well, we've won bingo. Well, slowly short, we fucking won bingo. We were 2 away. Broadside Phil gifted 5 memberships, and then Sonny gifted 5 memberships. So we won bingo because of that fantastic stuff indeed. Thank you very much, Broadside Phil, for gifting 5 memberships, and congratulations to the following people for getting a membership. Congratulations to Purple Aki, Sam Babar, T-Lingit Soldier, Sam, and Sam. Wait, there's 2 fucking Sams? Wait, there's 2 separate people in here called Sam. They both have the same fucking name. Like I'm scrolling down the chat right now, and like Sam got a sponsor, you know, and then this Sam got a sponsor as well. So well, congratulations to the 2 Sammys, I guess. You know what I mean? Make sure you thank Broadside Phil, who gave you both a membership. That's a bit confusing. Thank you as well, Sonny, for getting 5 members, and congratulations to the following 5 for getting a membership. Congratulations to Darkside the Floor, Max Power, JP, Dewey, and Coffee Jack. So there you go. Thanks to those member bombs from Broadside Phil and Sonny. We have won bingo today. We've got a full house of bingo card. Fantastic stuff indeed.
Burger.
Full house? Oh boy. How exciting. Anyway.
So of course that means we add $10 more to the bingo prize fund, which is now currently sitting at 31 buckaroos. Good stuff indeed. So yeah, fuck me. So for people that have seen the future, is there any more interesting juicy bits coming up on Phil's podcast, or is it just boring bullshit? You know, I mean, do we have anything good? I don't want to bail too early in case there's something good coming up, you know. So for the future seers that are there, you know, for people that have seen the future, is anything good to come up that should go over, or is it just boring shit? He's just banning games on his list. That sounds awful. That sounds awful, to be honest. I mean, I think we've dodged our own fucking bullet there. I had a bad feeling. You know, Phil going through very slowly a list of games, saying yes, no, maybe, no, yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. That'd have been fucking awful. You know? I just mean, thank God we fucking avoided that then. Jesus Christ. Let's go live, DSP. Fuck it.
Think of it this way: if we do that, maybe we could have this marathon on Tuesday.
Of course. As soon as I go to live DSP, he's begging. What a surprise. I am stunned. I don't know about you guys, but I'm shocked and stunned. He also got a 20-member bomb. Who is that from? Hold on. Let's go back in time. Who gave me a 20-member bomb? When did it happen? Like, I'm looking at Phil's kick chat, trying to see when it appears. Here it is here.
There you go.
Oh, it's a fake one. Whale signal received. AR sent 20 DSP gaming gift memberships. So it's a fake member bomb. Ah, there we go. It doesn't count apparently because it's Argentinian style. So yeah, let's hold on. So let me rewind this by like a minute. Because I want to see. So Phil's kind of got to the end of it now. Wait, is this a poll? So he made 2 separate polls. Hold on. Poll 1. So he's made 2 polls. Okay, let's go fucking full screen for a shit. You know, fuck it. We'll go full screen. And I'll fucking make this fucking bigger. You know. So he's made 2 polls for game spec for this fucking marathon. So the games are either Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord, Counter-Strike 2, Class of 09, or Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door remake. That is option 1. Option 2, the poll 2. Oh fuck! What the fuck? What's his fucking face is big? Option 2, poll 2 is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Berserker Kazan, American Truck Simulator, or Lost Records Tape 2. So there we go. And then he fucking makes his face for some fucking reason. Hold on. Can we... I don't know why I find this funny. I'm just kind of going back and forth from frames here. Oh, fuck, we eat the eyes as well. Don't mind me. I'm just fucking spamming the fucking frames back and forward, just fucking pretending it feels like some sort of fucking marionette fucking puppets. What the fuck? What's up with his fucking mouth as well? What the fuck is going on here? Alright, well, these 2 frames are my favourite frames, I guess. I'll just do something. I'm mostly going back and forth these 2 frames. I don't know why I find this so amusing. I'm very fucking easily impressed, I guess. These are... I don't know why these simple fucking things amuse me so, but it just does. This is about the next fucking 90 minutes of content. And it's still more entertaining than a fucking Phil's shitty fucking stream. Anyway. Fuck. So, let me play it from here. Because Phil begs.
Let's hit the goal.
Let's shut the fuck up and let's go back to 1.5 speed because we're normal right now. So yeah.
Right now, let's get our first super chat of the day. Let's get our first member of the day. Let's get some more subs over on Kick. And let's get a big, fat, juicy tip. Let's get some goals hit. Let's hit the goal right now by the end of this podcast. So that way we can continue with Expedition 33 and go for a second goal. Because think of it this way. If we do that, maybe we could have this marathon on Tuesday. Hell, if we get enough rallying, maybe we can do the marathon tomorrow. I don't think we will, but it'd be great if...
Such a greedy bastard, man. Such a greedy fucking bastard.
We did.
It just fucking wobbles back and forth expecting all the fucking money to come in. I asked for it, and I've massively hinted, so maybe it'll come in.
Ah.
Oh, fuck. No. I need that. Hold on.
Squeaky Wheels Jade tipped £1. Squeak, 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 squeak. May the may the may the
God damn it, Jade. God fucking chill. Why? Why? So, stop that. He tried. May the... fuck it. May for you. It wasn't far off from what Jade actually said in the fucking chat. May for you. Well, you weren't too far off. But anyway, let's see. Look at Phil's kick chat as well. Phil's kick chat's still going crazy at this point in time. Phil tired of his own shit. Phil tired of waiting for money.
Baxter says, I'm voting Class of 09 and Lost Records. Okay, I'm going to ban you right now. And permanently banned. There you go. Very nice.
How funny was that? If he banned somebody for pretending to vote, wow, hilarious.
So I'm maybe super excited about it. Borderlands 3 lowered my liking for the franchise. I didn't like Borderlands 3. I got it and did a playthrough. I was bored. I got so bored with it. I just didn't find anything really appealing or interesting about it. So...
Actually, we felt watching you play it.
No, I was not ever really obsessed with getting platinum trophies on PlayStation. I wasn't an achievement hunter really on Xbox either.
This is live, by the way. This is live.
It's funny because I was a
DSP.
full-time YouTuber. I basically had way more like gamer points than most people.
Who fucking cares?
That whole first console gen of Xbox 360, PS3, and Wii that I covered as a YouTuber, I mostly played Xbox 360. So I had a ridiculous amount of points on Xbox Live. I didn't have that many platinums. Early on, I think I only had a few. And even today, you know, I play a game on PlayStation. Very rarely would I go for the platinum, you know. No, there were no trophies given out for my Evo placement. Back then, everything was very grassroots. No one really had things. There were no title belts. There were no trophies. I mean, shit, there was barely a reward if you won. You would win Evo, they'd be like, here's $500.
Try
Oh,
more.
thanks.
Just try more, Phil.
Not even enough to pay for my hotel room. Thanks a lot.
That is just a fucking wonderful example of Phil, you know, not spending wisely. Even back then, Phil was not being very savvy with his money. But Phil didn't care though because it wasn't his money, it was credit card money. Remember Phil fucking, how did Phil afford all these fucking trips back in the fucking day? Credit cards.
What was my favorite Borderlands game? Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 was the best. It was definitely better than 1, but it didn't get so grindy and repetitive that it was boring like 3. So I think Borderlands 2 is the best one.
Who fucking cares?
So how's he doing for support? Like how far is he, how close is he to goal? Like we're still, you know, we'll go 1.5 quickly before we catch up to, like we're only 10 seconds behind live DSP.
Yeah,
Almost dead
2
there.
added a whole bunch of improvements from 1. One was fun, but only co-op. If you tried to play 1 solo, it felt like a big grinding slog, and it was really hard to beat by yourself. 2, they made it viable to play either co-op or by yourself.
So $52. So Phil needs another $100 and he's trying to hold out for that before gameplay starts. I'm not going to wait that long. I don't fucking care. I think we're going to call it quits there with Phil, okay? Guys, thank you very much for joining me for some robust DSP Bingo antics today. We've got a full house today, you know what I mean? We don't have to blame Agent 00 Soul after all. Agent 00 Soul picked a very robust bingo card. We won quite comfortable end because Phil sent in a lot of those things in the cards. And of course, free spaces as well helped to beg and the likes, the Jade, and obviously the memberships as well. So very kind of you indeed, guys, to help us a little bit to fill out his bingo card. Strong start to the month, you know. We're making up for lost time. Phil wasn't here on the 1st and the 2nd of May, you know. So May the 4th be with you. But of course, tomorrow, of course, tomorrow's a different day. May the 4th be with you for today, but tomorrow is Revenge of the 5th. You guys want to see what the thumbnail's like for tomorrow? I've not set a stream up yet for tomorrow, but the thumbnail was prepared already. The members saw it. If you're a member, you've seen the thumbnail already, you know. But here's, if you're not a member and you haven't seen the thumbnail yet, here is what it looks like, you know. Now, of course, thank you, of course, very much to the people in my Discord, Tackle and Sunny. It's, you know, those especially, you know, for creating these sort of things as well, you know what I mean? They're always, you know, a lot of my thumbnail, if a thumbnail looks better than usual, it's usually because of those two. Like stealing things from, you know. Tomorrow, of course, Sith Day, Revenge of the 5th, you know. Fuck it, you know. Sticking with the Star Wars theme. I know, technically tomorrow, isn't tomorrow Cinco de Mayo? How the hell did Star Wars take over Cinco de Mayo? I don't know how they fucking done it, but I found a way. How good does Jasper look? Jasper looks incredible, doesn't he? Jasper looks just absolutely insane as a fucking, you know, he's been declawed, but he got the power of electricity to get his revenge on Phil. Look, that's tomorrow's thumbnail. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up for there. I do hope you all enjoy the rest of the weekend, whatever you end up doing. I'm going to end how I always end. By notorious PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. I'll say once again, Navy Vet for Life said at the start of the stream, they're going to, so Navy Vet for Life is having like a very important lab test done tomorrow to check on the state of the kidney. So once again, if you're still here, Navy Vet for Life, I hope it goes well tomorrow. Send you positive thoughts, not shit, you know what I mean? Just obviously do your best not to try and stress yourself over it. Hopefully we get some good results back for you, man. Let us know. But yeah. But yeah, good luck Navy Vet for Life tomorrow for those lab results. Yeah, get it going for. So fingers crossed for you. Hope you all enjoy the rest of the weekend, guys. You know, and yeah, back tomorrow for some more bingo at usual time. But until then, have a good one, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky. And you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money.
Read.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.